Hi students, this video is for basic level course Unit 8, okay? So in Unit 8 we are going to study the famous verb to be. Verb to be in Portuguese means ser or estar. Okay, this verb is very studied here in Brazil, and if it is studied because it's important, okay, it's a very special verb. So first, I'd like to tell you that verb to be, it is the only verb in English that has its own conjugation. That's right, because let's try to remember, when I have the verb falar, speak, the conjugation is I speak, you speak, he, she, it speaks, we, you, they speak. So basically, the infinitive of the verbs in English forms the present form, okay? So the verb doesn't have a change in the word. For example, in Portuguese, we have a big change in the word falar, okay, when we conjugate. But in English, no. 99% of the verbs in English is the infinitive form that we work in present. Verb to be, no. Verb to be is special because it has a conjugation. So the infinitive form is be, but when we use verb to be in present, it has a different conjugation. That's why it is very special. So let's see verb to be. I have here two examples for you to see the conjugation. So verb to be is the infinitive form, but when we put this verb in present, look what happens. Okay, it has a conjugation and different. So I'm sorry students, but you have to memorize this verb because it's different, so we need to memorize, okay? So here I have the sentence, I am an easygoing person, all right? So verb to be means ser, estar. In this case, in Portuguese, the best translation is sou, right? I am an easygoing person. Again, we have another thing. Look, it has a form for the person I and a different form for the person he. So it is really conjugated in different forms. Depends on the person. We have a form of verb to be in present, as you can see. So here I have again verb to be in a different form, and we need to memorize too, okay? So for the person I, the verb to be conjugates as am. For the person he, the verb to be conjugates as is, okay? So here the sentence is, he is a chatterbox person. So of course is ser ou estar, so in this case the best translation is é. And you see, in Portuguese, the verb has a lot of variations in the form. So you see, it's conjugated. We need to memorize. If we memorize the Portuguese, why not memorize in English, right? Okay, so the first part, as I told you, it's the only verb that has its own conjugation, okay? For each person. In second rule, we have verb to be is a verb and auxiliary. This is new, okay? Because the verb speak, for example, the verb speak is only used as a verb. If I need a question with verb to be, is necessary an auxiliary, right? For example, do you speak English? I need the auxiliary do to ask the question, and so verb speak goes to present. If I need the past, I need the auxiliary did. Did you speak English? Okay, so I need auxiliary did to put the verb speak in the past form. Verb to be, no. Verb to be, never in present and past you use auxiliaries. because verb to be is an auxiliary. Example, I have the sentence here. Jack está ao lado de sua irmã. Está comes from verb ser estar, is verb to be, but it is in present. It's a conjugated verb. So we have Jack está. Is. Jack is he, of course. So the form of verb to be for he is the verb is, okay? Jack is beside, or if you prefer, students, next to. Sua in English, his, because Jack is he, possessive his, remember? And of course, mother. So here we have an affirmative sentence. We have the person, verb to be, and the complement, of course. Okay? Person, verb, complement, it's in present form. Now we are going to change the sentence in negative. Because verb to be is an auxiliary, so is the verb to be that assumes the negative form. So that's why verb to be is so important to study. So we have Jack, and it has a negative form, identical to an auxiliary. So never, never, never put don't or doesn't together with verb to be. No, because don't is an auxiliary and is an auxiliary. Two auxiliaries together is impossible, okay? So Jack, we have is not or isn't. So we have two possibilities similar to the auxiliary do, right? Do not, don't, does not, doesn't. So you have is not or isn't, the abbreviation. And then now the sentence is negative. Auxiliary negative, sentence negative. I copy the complement. Beside or next to his mother. Okay, students, so we have person, verb, and auxiliary, negative, because it's a negative sentence, and the complement. Okay? All right, now let's continue. Interrogative, remember what teacher said in Unit 1. A question in English needs an auxiliary, plus person, plus verb, plus complement. But students, we are working with isn't. Isn't is verb to be. Verb to be is an auxiliary. So in this case, the question is auxiliary, is the verb to be, because it's a verb and auxiliary. So we are going to say isn't. Okay? So we have auxiliary. Then the person, Jack. Verb. Verb is here. So, of course, it's not necessary to repeat verb to be. Isn't Jack, and I copy the sentence, beside his mother? Okay, so we have auxiliary plus, let me put here to call attention, plus person, plus complement. Ah, teacher, where is the verb? Here, student, verb to be is not only an auxiliary, but is also a verb, okay? And I can answer. Remember when I asked, do you speak English? Short answer, yes I do, no I don't. We use the auxiliary to give the short form. Isn't Jack beside his mother? Yes, he is. Okay, see? Auxiliary. Or no, he isn't or is not. It's your preference if you want is not or is. Ah, teacher, what's the difference? When we say is not, you are emphasize that is negative. For example, isn't Jack beside his mother? No, he is not. So you see, no, he isn't. Just an answer, all right? Number 3, it's only conjugating present and past. Of course, verb to be has, you have only to memorize the different conjugations for present tense and for the past tense only. Okay, so in present tense, verb to be transforms in am, is, are. Okay, so this is the present form of verb to be. So to be is the infinitive and the present is am, is, are. Okay? In past, verb to be has 2 forms, was and were. Okay? Was and were. So this is the past form of verb to be. Okay? And students ask me, teacher, and verb to be in future? I have a surprise. In future, it's only a verb. Okay, remember to be. To be is ser, estar. So when you want future, I have a big surprise, students. Pay attention. When you want future, you are going to say will be. This is the verb to be in future, students. Will be is the translation. Será, estará. Okay? So we need auxiliary. So verb to be is auxiliary only in present and past. In future, no. As you can see here, you have the future form of verb to be. The future form, look very carefully, will be. Okay? I have more to speak about verb to be, and it's in the next video. Okay? Please go to the next video where I give more examples of verb to be, students. Bye bye, just for now.